Hey, everybody. So I got a question for you. Hold on. Gotta figure this out. Trying to do two things at one time here, folks. That's probably not going to work. All right. So we're trying two things, didn't work. We're going to move on. So let me ask a question for you guys. Is AI working for you today? Or let me be more specific. Is AI working for your business today? Are you even using it? And here's kind of why I'm asking. Um, you're hearing AI everywhere. AI is definitely a great tool for us. It does really wonderful things for us on a daily basis, or can, anyways, do a really wonderful thing for us on a daily basis. But what it's not doing for us here is um, it's not handling the complexities of life, right? And this is what we're going to talk about today. It's not going to do some of the things that I think it really needs us to do yet. And I want us to think a little bit differently. And I'll even try to challenge you a little bit about the fact that I think AI can actually do this a little bit better than what most of us think we can do this for. And I'm going to kind of challenge you on how you can think about using AI in a little bit more complex perspective and a little more complex thing. So what can AI do for you right now? Well, it can do a lot, right? You're seeing people create funny little videos, have their own custom avatars, do a lot of these things, and really trying to clone your life. I'll be honest, I am definitely one of those that will let the just kind of play with the system, let it try to fix, not fix, try to handle some of the things I just don't really have time to on a on a daily basis. And I think that's really good to do, but one of the things that I think is interesting in here is while it can write us emails, it can create content for us, and it can even help with follow up. Um, it doesn't do a lot, right? And I'm hearing a lot of people say, well, if I can just learn A, my business will grow. Well, AI can make you faster, but I'm not sure right now, depending on how we're using it, it's going to make us better. Hey, welcome everybody that's here. Hope you got questions. Let me know in the comments. Tell me your thoughts. Communicate with me any way you want. Hope you're all having fun today. But I really think while AI can make us faster, hi Farah, that what I want to do is hopefully start us to think about from a leadership perspective how it can make us be a little bit more effective, a little more consistent in our world, and a little more critical, right? Now, don't get me wrong, when I say leadership, folks, leadership is everything. You know, it's when you lead yourself, when you lead your clients. It doesn't mean you have a title necessarily. Leadership is not a title per se, and you're going to use that from there. So, what I'm seeing right now is agents, people, consumers are using AI for messaging. They're using it for some sort of automation and even generating those responses. And I'll be honest, on the surface, it looks really good. But I will tell you that behind the scenes, we're not moving the needle, right? For our clients, they're still hesitating. Conversations maybe not moving forward for you, and deals are still kind of just stalling, right? We're not moving that way. And this this is an efficiency conversation, right? Because what AI can't do is understand the tone. They can't understand the hesitations that are being presented to us. They can't handle some of these little more interesting conversations that are out there. So that's what AI does well, right? We can get AI to handle our task. We can get it to create an autoresponder. It can hit quick hands out, and it's really good for organizing information. It's really good for writing clean messages. I use it all the time for writing great clean messages. It will save me oodles and oodles amount of time. It actually helps me be more efficient and effective in writing those messages. But I'll tell you, it's because I've taught it to understand tonalities. I taught it to understand the audience that I work for and the people that I'm communicating with to and doing from there. But it's not good unless we teach it how to understand the context, the emotion, the timing, and what our clients are feeling. It doesn't have that in there. That's going to be our job. That's going to be what we need to do. That's what those phone calls are. That's when those face-to-face conversations matter when you're in there. Thanks everybody for signing up again. Still, let me know what you're at. If you have any questions, comments, put them in there. Happy to help. That's what we're here for the quick 10 minutes that I'm here for. That's what we're here for. So if you're in there, I want to know, have you ever had a client where something just felt off, but they just haven't responded directly? Hi, Leanna. Leadership, the reason why this works and doesn't work is that AI misses that leadership. Leadership is judgment, right? So it's knowing when to push, when to ask the right questions, when to ask better questions, when to give that direction. I was literally just having this conversation with an owner of a company the other day, and we were talking about that specific item, that specific area where people get all confused all the time about leadership, or even AI to this regard, since this is an AI topic, that our job is to lead. Our job is to help them make those decisions. We're not going to make the decisions for them. We can't make decisions for them. But what we can do is guide them, direct them, give them the proper tools, the proper things that are out there to make those decisions. That's our job. AI is never going to do that because we know things it can't know to get out there. And that's where AI, I think, gets it wrong, depending on AI, where we get it wrong. We rely too much on just letting it write all the messages, trying to handle the objections, start guiding the conversations. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that I typically do when I'm working with AI is I come out there and I say, I write the message, but I have it clean it up for me so it makes more sense. It's a little more readable. I'm not the one that's saying, write me a message in response to B or to this conflict or to this counter, right? I'm not doing that. What I am doing is I'm writing the message and then I'm having it rewrite it for me for readability, for understanding, maybe even for changing the tone that we're out there and we're moving this forward. It's polished, but if we just have it right, it's going to be way too generic. It's not going to help. And that's what I see a lot of folks struggle with in the world of AI is it's just struggling with the fact that it's generic and it's not landing to the audience that we're talking to. So what I would recommend is when you're using AI is not the problem, and you definitely should be using it. But here's the difference. When you write a prompt in AI, for instance, write this so I don't have to think versus help me organize this so I can lead better. These are different conversations, right? We're telling it different things. When I write a prompt, I give it the context, I give it the details, I give it the goals, I give it the tonality of what I'm looking for. And when I do that, I'm getting the results I want. So, for an example, let's say AI drafts a message for a client, where you send it. You should always have, does this match the client? Is this the right tone? Do I need to be more direct? Then let AI adjust it so it matches those tonalities. Again, as I just said earlier, one of the things that I do a lot of times when I'm working inside this arena is I absolutely come in there and I will write the message and ask it to modify it for who I'm talking to, what I'm trying to accomplish, the goals that are in place, and what I'm working on. And I hope you do this. And if you do this with AI, it's going to change the results for you. You're going to land more with your clients. So here's what I want you to know, and here's what I want you to take away. We're at that 10-minute mark, and this is what I'm trying to make sure I land on when I do these real quick hitters. AI is super powerful. And when we're relying on this without our skills as leaders, it does help you become faster, but it's not going to replace you. It's going to help you become your leadership. You become more effective and more valuable when you combine your leadership skills and AI. So start thinking about those critical thinking questions, those tier 2 questions that we should always be asking AI in this world. Thank you, Yana. And make sure that when we're working inside of here, you are getting the results you want. So always think about it from that perspective and go from there. So I hope this helps. I hope this made sense for you. I want you to put your comments in there. Tell me how you're using AI, how you're using AI to do critical thinking. I don't care if it's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever. Let the AI tool be out there and in place. If you have any questions, comments, you can always write them in the comments. And I'll stick around for a couple more seconds if you do. But other than that, that's what this is. These are Friday Tech Tips. And I'm just trying to help you get to that next level AI use.